All right, Panther Lair, let's talk about some of the adjustments that the Pittsburgh Panthers tried to make in defending Keve Aluma's pinup in transition, as well as just ball screens involving Keve Aluma in their most recent loss to the Virginia Tech Hokies. Now, I divided these up in a way to kind of look at the defenses all in one chunk as opposed to doing these as they happened in the game. So we're going to start off looking at what happens when Pitt tried to defend this pinup in transition with more of an up-to-touch and show and recovery method. So you'll see here, this is happening early in the game. Noah Collier is up to touch here with the screen. He is going to show, and he's going to try to allow Burton to get over top here and get back in front before he recovers. Now, the issue here is Collier goes really wide. So it's going to take him a lot longer to recover here. And I think Keve Aluma could have just shot this. And you'll see why in a second. But he ends up choosing to pass coming off this curl. And then they end up kind of turning it over here because the possession arrow goes in Pitt. So the result was good. I don't know if that's exactly what they want to do with this, and here is why. So this is the end of the half. You see again, here comes that pinup in transition. Collier's going to get up to touch. He is going to show and try to recover. And he does a better job not getting on the other side of Onyebuchi Ezeakuda, but Aluma much more decisive here and just knocks down a three at the end of the half. Now, this is going to happen a little bit more in the half court. So there's 6 seconds off the shot clock. That's not a ton, but I would consider this a little bit more half court. You know, the defenders are back on with their assignments. I mean, this would be the very tail end of semi-transition, if anything. So this time, Collier's going to get up to touch, but because of that, and because they're more in the half court, and I've talked about this, you know, you really can't hedge drag screens and some of these pinups early because it's such an early action. But here, it gives Pitt the opportunity to hedge a little bit more. So you see, this is just more kind of a flat hedge, more like a show, but it serves its purpose here. No advantage created, and Collier's quickly able to recover to Aluma. You'll see that again here. A little bit of a show, recovery, quickly recover. And here, nothing comes out of this drive. Collier closes out. You're going to see one more dribble handoff here. And again, that's a little bit more of a hard hedge. And Virginia Tech doesn't get anything out of it. Now, this is why I did not like Pitt switching this action in transition, and I favored trapping. I don't think with Pitt trying to recover to their assignments that switching is a great thing because the back end of this defense, kind of the other three defenders, the help defenders, aren't going to be in a great position. So you'll see that here. They switch this action, and then they kind of fly switch again with Femi taking on Aluma and Ezeakuda coming out here, which makes more sense. I mean, I like Femi a lot as the low man. I talked about that. He stands up Justin Mutz here in the second half at some point, but I don't like him to out-rebound anybody down there, and you're going to see why. So they switch that action, and Aluma just out-rebounds Femi there. Not much of a chance. And here again, this is going to be a pretty prime example of what I talked about in the comments and in that quote that you see before this voice overlay is I don't like switching this action, but I do like maybe trapping this, forcing Storm Murphy to pick up his dribble, forcing the sidelines. And this is a prime chance for this to happen. So you see, Mohamedou Gueye and Will Jeffress, two of the longest players on Pitt's team, they definitely could have just trapped here, forced Storm Murphy to pick up his dribble. He has nowhere to go. Instead, they switch this, and the results are not in Pitt's favor. And in this last clip, this is not the pinup, but it shows the effect of being able to trap this action along the sideline. So Aluma likes the split, and he likes the slip, and he also likes the flare. So here he slips, but Femi Odoikale and John Hughley just continue to trap and ride Murphy towards the baseline and the sideline. Yes, Virginia Tech gets the ball back, but this absolutely negates any advantage, negates Aluma's involvement in this play, and I really think these are the kind of adjustments that Pitt could have made, and in some instances they did, and in some they did not. But again, guys, I feel like the value for providing this type of analysis isn't just saying, oh, well, two guys shot the ball well, then putting in the clips. It is breaking this down, applying analysis, talking about the adjustments, and when you actually get to see these things happen, I think it provides a lot more value to you guys. And of course, you've talked about having the voice overlays supplement a lot of these things. So happy to provide that, and hopefully we'll be able to see some more of these things in Pitt's next game.